Hello, my name is Leone and I work for the Hertfordshire Family Centre service. I usually work in our Welwyn and Hatfield family centres, but of course at the moment they're closed and I'm working from home. Today I'd like to read you a story, and the story I'm reading to you is called Ready for Bed. And the book is written by Jane Johnson. Do you think you can guess what the story is about? Have a look at the cover of the book. Here. Yes, it's about rabbits. And if you look behind me, you'll see that I've got lots of rabbit friends here joining me to listen to the story with you. And this little rabbit here has a blanket. Can you see? He's a bit like the rabbit in our story today. Are you listening, my rabbit friends? Are you listening too? Then we'll begin our story. Ready for bed. Ah, peace at last, sighed Mrs. Rabbit. All my children are tucked up safe in bed. Can you see the children? What a lot of bunnies! Shall we count them? There's one bunny rabbit holding his blanket. 2 bunny rabbits, 3 bunny rabbits, 4 bunny rabbits, and 5 bunny rabbits. And look at Mrs. Rabbit. She's looking at her children fast asleep. She's having a cup of tea, which I expect Mrs. Rabbit needs that cup of tea. But Mrs. Rabbit had spoken too soon. Can you see? There's a little bunny rabbit coming out of bed, holding on to his blanket. And there's Mrs. Rabbit, fast asleep in her chair, with a book on her lap. I don't think she read much of that book. And there's little bunny rabbit by her side. I can't sleep, Mummy, said her youngest little bunny, interrupting her first snore. Mrs. Rabbit tried a gentle lullaby. Hush-a-bye, bunny, on the tree-top. When the bough bends, the cradle will. Little Bunny's eyes began to close. Is my bunny sleepy now? Whispered Mrs. Rabbit, so as not to wake the others. You can see he's all snuggled up on her lap. They're sitting by the window. And they're cuddling. Mummy's book is put to the side. No time for reading now. And she's carrying little bunny rabbit back to bed. No, said little bunny. Not at all sleepy. He wanted his mummy all to himself. Mrs. Rabbit tried a bubbly bath. Look at that bath! Lots of toys and lots of bubbles. I know some songs about bubbles. Shall we sing them? Bubbles floating all around, baubles fat and baubles round, baubles on my nose and toes. Blow a bauble, up it goes. Baubles floating all around, baubles falling to the ground. Baubles floating all around, baubles fat and baubles round, baubles on my nose and toes. Blow a bauble, up it goes. Baubles floating all around, baubles falling to the ground. I know another song too, about a little bubble that's all shiny and round. I'm a little bubble, shiny and round, I gently float down to the ground. The wind lifts me up until I drop down to the dry ground where I pop. I'm a little bubble, shiny and round, I gently float down to the ground. The wind lifts me up until I drop down to the dry ground where I pop. Shall we read our story again? Rub-a-dub-dub, my bunny needs a scrub, she laughed. Who's my beautiful baby? I am, said little bunny, smiling sweetly. Well now, darling, I think it's our bedtime, said Mrs. Rabbit hopefully as she was drying his fur. Look, there he is on the carpet. She's rub-a-dub-dubbing him, drying all his fur so he's ready for bed. But what's happening here? Bunny Rabbit's going away from Mummy and still got the towel on him, but he has got his blanket, can you see? No, said little Bunny, not bedtime yet. Oh dear. I wonder what Mrs. Rabbit tried next. Shall we see? Ah, Mrs. Rabbit tried warm milk. Stirry, whirly, creamy white. She yawned. Time to cuddle and say good night. There's Mrs. Rabbit, do you see? At her table, with a cup in her hand and yawning. And there's little Bunny sitting in his chair, holding his cup of warm milk, but not looking very tired to me. Little Bunny reached up for a hug. Cuddle, yes, not good night, he said. He wanted to stay up with Mummy Rabbit forever. Oh dear. Squeezy, huggy, snuggle up tight, he said happily. Aren't I your best little bunny in the world tonight? Do you see them there? They're both cuddling each other, aren't they, on the carpet? And they've been playing with a lot of toys. Do you see, here's a toy box. And there are lots of toys on the floor. There's a teddy, a caterpillar, a white ball with green stars on it, which I think Bunny had in his bath, and a little car, and a book, and lots of other things too. My goodness. I love all my bunnies the same, sleepyhead, said Mrs. Rabbit. Then I'll never be ready for bed, said little Bunny. Oh dear. Look, he's playing again. Do you see what he's doing? There's lots of building blocks, and he's put one on top of the other. He's done it very well. Can you see the colours? There's blue and red and green and red again. That's very clever, isn't it? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. My goodness. And there's an orange bucket turned upside down. I wonder if there's anything underneath it. What am I to do with you? Sighed his worn-out mother. Little Bunny jumped up excitedly. Let's play bunny hops, said Little Bunny. Shall we use our little bunny here to do bunny hops? Hoppity, hoppity, hop, round and round the room till I... Flop, whispered Mrs. Rabbit. Do you see, he jumped and jumped and jumped and jumped and jumped until he couldn't jump any more, and he flopped in Mummy Rabbit's arms, and Mummy Rabbit carried him off to bed. She's stroking his head, and she's pulling his blankets up to tuck him up into bed, all snugly and tight. Went Little Bunny. Ah, peace and quiet at last, sighed Mrs. Rabbit. Even my youngest little bunny is asleep in bed now. Can you see them? Here's Little Bunny with his blanket beside his brothers and sisters. There's 1 rabbit, 2 rabbits, 3 rabbits, 4 rabbits, 5 rabbits all snuggled up in bed. Mrs. Rabbit fell into bed. Oh, look, she's very tired. But through her snores she heard... What do you think she heard? Her second youngest bunny call. Mummy, I can't sleep. Oh dear, poor Mrs. Rabbit. Hope you enjoyed our story. I've just thought of a song about little bunny rabbit sleeping, and it's called See the Little Bunny Sleeping. Shall we sing it? I can use the little bunny rabbit here. He can use his blanket to snuggle up tight. There we go. Ah, there we go. See the little bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? Oh, so still are they ill? Wake up soon. Jump up, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Jump up, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Jump up, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. And stop. Let's do that again. Here we are. We'll snuggle him up tight again. See the little bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? Oh, so still are they ill? Wake up soon. Jump up, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Jump up, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Jump up, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. And stop. There, let's put Bunny Rabbit back. All the rabbits listened so nicely, didn't they, during the story? They were very well behaved. We've come to the end of our story time today. I hope you enjoyed it. Perhaps you have some more books at home about rabbits that you can read together. We'll be reading some more stories soon, so please come and join us. But until then, take care and look after yourselves. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.